we can't get clear on what we don't want if we don't know what we want. Right. And so I work with leaders a lot on that. In fact, I met with someone today and we had this very discussion about never sitting down and making a list of all the things we want in our lives, because it's never been about us. It's always been about taking care of others, or it's always been about what the company wants. And those are all things that need to be factored in. But at the same time, if we're not honoring our own self and what we really want, then we're never going to find fulfillment. We're never going to find joy. And that's not how we're meant to live our lives, in my opinion.
So I think the next question may be, how does one begin that journey? Are there kind of steps to consider?
Yeah, well, a few things. I think I have a method that I run people through. It's called the aim true process. And as part of that, we also use a mnemonic called the compass, which is really a values system. So you can really get clear on what is your own internal compass, what's your true north, and how you can make sure that when you're living your life and you're making decisions that you're moving in that direction. And so as part of the aim true process, I think the first, probably not surprising step is just general awareness. You first of all have to be aware of, oh, this is not working anymore, or maybe it's not even that extreme, but this doesn't feel right anymore, or there's too much resistance here. I'm not feeling like this is the right path. And then the next step is obviously an inflection point where you start to really realize, like, okay, this isn't sustainable. I need to do something about it. And so then that's when you get into the M, which is about making a decision. And so many will make a decision, and they make a decision to cross forward into the unknown, which is this rite of passage to go into experimentation and discovery, to discover what is it that you want, what is it that's going to bring you fulfillment. And it's not for the faint of heart. It can definitely be a deep and long journey, but I will tell you, many of them make the decision just to go back to start, like in a game board, and that's okay too. And it's all about timing. And so as I walk people through this process and you make that decision and you're crossing that threshold into that rite of passage, it really becomes around, okay, what do I want to transform? And to the point that you made earlier, which is a great exercise that you said you do with your clients, is you have to identify what you want and then look at where you are today and then look at the gap, because that's the only way you're going to know how to get there.